Hi, I'm Jazz, and welcome to my sixth video. This one's titled The Power of Words and Repetition. I think I keep doing updates on where I think my next videos will go, and they never seem to head in that direction, so I figure let's stop doing that and just continue with the flow of where the ideas come from. And so this one, I've been thinking a lot about it, and 3 weeks ago, someone said something to me, and it really had an impact on me, and it was quite hurtful, but I haven't relayed what was said to me, or even that something was said to anyone else, and I've kind of been reflecting on that choice of not sharing, and it particularly hit me this morning when something happened that really triggered that memory, and I felt incredibly upset. And it happened in between classes, so I made that split-second decision where I chose to attend a class when I think I may have been better off just heading home. Although I'm really fortunate that in that class I'm surrounded by so many people who care about me. I think I had 8 different people ask me if I was alright. So I really appreciate that. But it's led me to really reflect on the power of words, and also the act of repeating those words. So like a few months ago, something happened, and I know this is all vague, but I couldn't understand why one of my friends chose not to share a decision that they had made. And like, to me, I felt like I needed to share because that was what would make that decision real. And I couldn't understand why this friend didn't want to do the same. And then it hit me in this incident that happened to me where I didn't want to share, and I just, like, I don't want to say those words again, because the instant I say them again to someone else, they become so much more real, they become cemented. And even though I know those words are real because there hasn't been any update or qualification or apology or anything, so I know those words were meant with their full effect, but if I speak them to anyone else, they will become even more real than they are right now. And considering how much they hurt me right now when they're not as real as they could be, it's interesting, and it really relates to something that I was learning in this Inuit film class yesterday, and also throughout the semester, like how much of the learning we do is through repetition, especially like one of the parts of watching these films is that we try to watch them more than once and come back to, like, I've come back to some of them several times to watch different pieces and bits over again, and you gain so much more insight on each act of repetition, and each of them cements on a new layer. So it's interesting how repetition can both be something we fear and something that we should embrace, because it can be a useful tool for knowledge, but it can also be very painful. And I think that's why we have situations where people don't want to share their stories of trauma. And so I'm not really sure what conclusions to draw from this, except merely a reflection on how much repetition makes things real. And thank you for watching, and I'm really grateful to everyone who's been watching. I've gotten feedback from various friends, and it makes me really happy to know that these videos aren't merely sent out to the wide internet and not being received at all. So take care. I won't promise any potential video topics because I don't seem to carry out with them. So hopefully I will have some kind of insights to share or some thoughts that I want to reflect on. Alright, thank you. Bye.